Hello Rebel Pals, my special VPs. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dr. Emasi. I post videos on the art of rebel interaction with difficult people, how to show zero emotional reaction, and how to be cool, calm, and calculated in your verbal communication with them. This channel will teach you how to be mentally quick on your feet. Today we're going to talk about how to shut down gaslighters. Who are gaslighters? Well, for those of you who haven't heard this terminology, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction of what I think about gaslighters. Gaslighters are people who say things to make you question your own judgment and make you think that you are going crazy. They will deny things they said or did, and they will make you think that your mind is playing tricks on you. Gaslighters, they're so good at this, and they can appear very convincing and honest. So for people who don't know them, it's really easy for the people to actually believe the gaslighter as opposed to you, because they are very convincing. In my opinion, I believe their mind is twisted, and I think that they are victims of their own brain. I don't want to call it a brain defect, but there's something about their brain, and I don't think that they actually do gaslight intentionally. I think over time they have perfected this art of gaslighting, or it just comes natural to them because of the way their brain functions, or they believe what they say because they live in an alternate reality. They have a distorted view of the world or of their own world. So there's a distortion that's happening, and I think it's coming from the brain. So whatever their brain is telling them or showing them, it's what they're projecting. Therefore, they gaslight, and the person on the receiving end suffers for this condition. Now, one thing to remember is that all narcissists are gaslighters, but not all gaslighters are narcissists. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, for people who know the signs of narcissism, if you're dealing with a narcissist, just know they're gonna gaslight you. Prepare and be ready to be gaslighted. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to shut down gaslighters, how to rise above them, just some things that you can do so that they don't ruffle your feathers and drive you nuts. Now, it's really hard, it's difficult, because this is their natural habitat. This is what they're good at. This is what they do. So if you're thinking that you can gaslight them back and be better at gaslighting, it's not gonna happen. You cannot. It's almost like saying you want to compete with a fish in the ocean. You can't if you're not a fish. So it's really pointless trying to compete with a fish in an ocean. So that's the same thing with gaslighting. If you're dealing with a gaslighter and you know what it is, so let me just give you an example of what they do. So an example of what a gaslighter would do would be, they might intentionally, this is just a scenario, let's say they intentionally kick you with their feet and they hurt you. So they kicked you or they bumped into you and you fell and hurt yourself, and let's say this happened a week before now you're having this conversation, a week later, or it can happen that very day, that same day. Yeah, gaslighters, there is really no time limit as to when they gaslight. Okay, so let's say they bumped into you, they hit you, and you fall down and hurt yourself, and now you're having this conversation with them saying, oh my god, I'm hurt from the bump or from when you knocked me down or something. And you're just telling them, you're not even telling them to get an apology, or you're just saying it, right? What the gaslighter would do is they will make you think that never happened. The gaslighter will deny it. The gaslighter will swear, it will be so convincing for somebody who was not there. They will believe the gaslighter that you're just making this up. So the gaslighter will make you think that you just imagined this bump, that this never happened, that as a matter of fact, they were never in the room with you. They were not even in the house with you. They can make you think that, wait a minute, I'm getting my days confused. Wait a minute, maybe I'm getting the person confused. But if you know that that's your loved one, of course you can't get them confused, but they can make you get to that point where you're thinking that you are actually getting your days confused, or you are imagining it. Maybe you had a dream about it, and now you're thinking that it actually happened in real life. So this is what the gaslighter will make you think. It could be something, anything. They will gaslight you. They will make you think that you're crazy. They will make you, if you continue to expose yourself to them over a period of time, without you learning the skills to rise above or to shut them down, you can become mental, honestly. Like, you can start acting a little cuckoo, a little off. And you might even go to your doctor and start complaining that, hey, something's wrong with me. Maybe I'm forgetting. Maybe you're having Alzheimer or dementia. So now just remember, nothing is wrong with you. It's just you've been exposed to this environment for so long that now it has this effect on you, and it will take a long time for you to come out of that. So it's like having an injury. You get hurt, you can't snap your finger and just be healed, right? You need time to heal. So coming out of this type of environment, after being exposed to it over a long period of time, it will take a long time, maybe much longer time than the exposure itself, for you to be completely whole and of a sound mind again. This is just a brief information about gaslighters, and I'm just going to tell you what you can do if you find yourself in a situation like this. The first thing I would recommend is, once the gaslighting begins, just take a deep breath. Take a few deep breaths and count down. Just try to count down from 10 slowly, okay? Count down. So now you're like trying to calm yourself. You're trying to bring yourself back to like reality, to say, okay, no, you're not imagining anything. Don't believe the gaslighter. Don't believe the gaslighter. So you take a deep breath, you count down from 10. Then if you want to continue to engage with the gaslighter at this point, you can do that, but you need to let them know that you can see through them. Let them know that you know exactly what they're up to. You know exactly what they're doing. They're not going to like this. They're going to come back harder. They're going to come back even with more gaslighting. Now, this is where you want to tell them that it is pointless having this conversation with them. It is pointless even trying to make them understand or trying to get through to them. This is where you want to just disengage. You want to leave that environment, because exposing yourself to that gaslighting, even if you have grown a thick skin. So for people who have grown a thick skin, it will be easier. But for those who are yet to develop this skill, it's better for you to just disengage and just leave. Maybe go take a walk to refresh yourself. Tell them, I have to leave this environment. I need to go do something productive for my mind. Be ready. Just be ready for the jabs, because they will throw tantrums and they want to gaslight you some more, or say hurtful things like name calling, labels, offensive statements. But just remember, it's all a bait. It's all a bait to keep you there, to keep you engaged. Don't fall for it. Here is where you need to just actually learn the skills to put on a thick skin, so that whatever they're saying doesn't get to you. In another video, I'm going to talk about that. So what you want to do is see whatever they're doing or whatever they're saying as something, see it from a positive angle. So you can see them as being in pain or being in need of something. And if you think that you can provide whatever need that they're looking for, you can be nice enough and just give it to them to pacify them. But again, this is not for you to enable them, because you do not want to be an enabler of this undesired behavior. Because if you do, then you're essentially teaching them that this behavior, even though it's undesired, even though it's toxic, you are willing to accept it. And that's not good. Like, I don't condone a toxic environment. I don't condone unhealthy environments, because even if you think that it's not affecting you physically, it will affect you physiologically, biologically, psychologically. It will affect you in ways that you don't see with your eyes, but your body eventually will feel it and will speak to you. You don't want to wait until it's too late. Now, it is possible that gaslighters, they might get tired of your wittiness. Let's say you've really prepared comeback lines for gaslighters, and you give it back to them, and you're so good at it, and also you don't show any emotional reaction, which is something that can be very helpful, because they don't know whether you're happy or angry when they're gaslighting you. Then their gaslighting is not effective. So if you've really really been able to build this skill where you are not showing any emotional reaction, you have your witty comeback lines, right? Then it is possible that the gaslighter might get tired and just probably leave you alone and look for another target, right? Because they'll know that, okay, this is a boundary that you have set and they can't cross this boundary, because if they come, you're going to push back. You're going to push back. You're not going to enable it and you're not going to overlook it. It's better for you to overreact than underreact, because if you underreact, then it's going to happen again. If you overreact and it turns out that you were wrong, that they were not really gaslighting, then you can apologize. But at least you've already shown them that this behavior is unacceptable. So if they ever want to try to gaslight you, they will be careful. They will be mindful of that they know exactly how you're going to react. Now, when I say react, overreact, I'm not talking about violence. I'm not talking about using your hands. I'm talking about using your mouth, your words and senses, your smartness. Like, you have to outsmart them. And this is what rising above gaslighters is all about. You have to be proactive. You also want to pay attention to those people who are gaslighters. Like, keep a track of them. Like, note them down. Note them and identify them and say, okay, for this person I know is a gaslighter. So whenever you're interacting with them, just be ready for your comeback. Be ready for what you need to say to nip whatever they want to do. Nip it in the bud immediately. If you don't nip things in the bud immediately, they will come back to bite you in the butt. That's just it. Do not sweep things under the rug, because those are all enabling behavior. You don't want to be an enabler. So now let's go to the other tip. The other tip would be intentional about creating things to put a smile on your face. Now, gaslighters might want to play this push and pull game where 1 minute they're pushing and gaslighting you and, trying to drive you crazy. And then if they see that you're pulling away, then they want to pull you back to them with some sweet words or whatever it is that they're doing. It's all a game. It's actually a form of abuse. It's mental abuse. It's psychological abuse. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. You should know what this push and pull game is. Like, I think in another video, in other videos, I will give examples of those and how to identify those. Now, what you do is create your own happy environment and focus on that word, because you don't want to be in this gaslighting world. It's not healthy. Create your own happy environment, even if you live together, right? Try to create your own happy environment. Do things that make you focus on things that your heart, and just create your own world. The gaslighter will to interfere in that world, but be calculated in how much about them interfere in that world, in that happy space. You don't want any unhealthy toxicity in that space. Give it to when you have a conversation. At least you can control that, right? Leave the gaslighter in their distorted. Like I said, they have a distorted world, a distorted point of view. They live in alternate reality. So leave them in their own distorted world, and eventually they will feel defeated. And they might get angry and not want to be around you, because now you're not feeding them, you're not giving them that oxygen, so they will look for another target. To recap on how to rise above gaslighters, I said take a deep breath, count down from 10, go for a walk, tell the gaslighter you can see through them, create your own happy world and your own happy space, and do not allow the gaslighter to interfere in that space. Leave the gaslighter in their own distorted world, and let go of controlling the outcome of whatever comes from you trying to rise above a gaslighter. That is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching to the end of this video. If you have not subscribed, if your subscribe button is red, you have not subscribed. Press the subscribe button for YouTube algorithm to pick up my channel as a valuable source for others. Thank you so much. Leave a comment and like this video, share this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.